Hello, Brian here, aka Mac, and welcome back to some more Star Citizen. This is another off-grid video. This time, I'm doing it a little differently. Well, the ship and vehicle that I'm using is a little different. And as you can probably tell from the thumbnail, it is the life of an off-grid miner. So we are at Asor Clearing, as always. It is currently the sun's going down, so we haven't got a lot of light, but we do have a GreyCat ROC, which is a very cool vehicle that allows you to mine sort of mid-sized rocks which have hadonite, aphorite, dolomite, like you can with the multi-tool, and sell them, but you can do it on a bigger scale. So you've got a little storage area at the back here, which allows you to suck up all the gems into, which we have none right now. There we go. And then sell them on. Now, the ship that I am using will just head up to the Nomad over there. It's a nice ship, but it's a little dated, so there's a few flaws with it. Let's just get inside. Go. So yeah, the number one flaw is that its fuel capacity, or the fuel usage, is pretty quick. It runs out of hydrogen fuel quite quickly. But also there is an issue that I haven't found myself yet, but a lot of people tell me, is that it can lose power quite quick, or it overheats quite quick. Let's just navigate around here, and you wind up kind of, you know, getting stuck when you're in atmosphere. So far, it hasn't happened on the one stream that I've used it on, so hopefully it won't happen. But yeah, it's a nice combination. I'll show you the interior of it. Some of you may, well, a lot of you will already know what it is. Some of you may never have seen it before. And it's a bit of a love-hate thing with the Nomad, with this anti-grav landing gear and the shape of it. It's a bit odd, but it's got a really decent cargo size of about 24 SEU, I think it is, but you can also store a vehicle on it, which is very handy. I think we are going to wind up doing a bit of mining in the dark, which is not preferable, but you know, we don't have a choice, I'm afraid.
Systems off.
Right, let's get out of here. Also, something that I completely forgot about, when they first brought in Asor Clearing, the description for it on the star map was quite ominous, and I'd completely forgotten about it until someone on my Twitch stream mentioned it. And with creatures on their way in, it's worth highlighting. Now, I don't know if the creatures if there are creatures here, it might be something completely different, but let me just read the description. Where is it? Over here. So, Asor Clearing. It says, it ain't safe to go into the woods at night. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's the Boreal Stalker that wanders the woods at night, or if it's these Copian hounds that wander around at night. I have no idea. But hopefully for 323 we may find out. If it is the Copian, we better be somewhat careful when traveling around these woods. Anyway, let me quickly show you the Nomad. When this came out, I actually got one, but I since CCU'd it to something else, and I've just picked one back up again for the purpose of this video because it's nice. So you've got 2 weapon racks for 2 weapons. You have storage locker here, which will eventually be functional. Let's just close that up if I can. A bathroom here. Oh, toilet, sorry. Doesn't even seem to be a shower combi. Some of the components here. I think we've got like quantum drive and power plant. You've got a little view back there into the cargo hold, which you can open, and it also does have a tractor beam that you can access via the bridge or the cockpit. And then in here, you've got this really nice living quarters with a snake plant, a bed, a lot of stuff around here that you can't interact with yet, but eventually you'll be able to. That'll hopefully just be cleared off and you can decorate it yourself. You got sink, cooking area, place for storing food. You got a little, I suppose, microwave, a little desk here. And you have, for some reason, protein powder. And then this little seat, which is nice. I'm not going to bother sitting down. And then your other components are here. But I don't think you can interact with them yet. They're not physicalized because this isn't a gold standard version ship. So hopefully they can do that soon. But I think there might be other storage areas above. And then here's the bridge. Or the cockpit. It's too small to be a bridge. Where you've got a very nice seat. And a nice view. The dashboard isn't quite functional yet, but with GameGlass, I feel like you could probably replicate these buttons and come up with something similar if this ship was your ship to use. Anyway, let me just... We'll hover around here somewhere, around this area, and see if we can find any rock minables. But as I say, it's going to get dark, so we're going to have to be quite careful. We'll head off in this direction, I think. We'll sort of slowly make our way over to Dunburrow. Somewhat, and see if we can find anything. But the sun is going down, so it might be a bit of a nighttime video, this. In fact, let's just go to Dunburrow. Because all those rivers are hotbeds for rock minables, hand minables as well. Right, I'll be back in a sec. So I decided to come to Harper's Point first, as this still has a little bit of daylight and a river. So we'll scoot around here and see what's going on. There is a Cutlass Black down here, which we'll give it a scan. Not really intending to do anything with it. Of course I can't.
Proximity alert. Front.
Oh no. White Shadow. It is owned. And not occupied at this time, but it is owned. Right, let's just scoot up this river and see if we can find any gems.
Proximity alert. Front.
It is kind of eerie at night around here.
Proximity alert.
But it's quite exciting seeing the Copian and the Marok coming in. Not the most interesting of creatures, but they certainly will be a nice addition to the verse.
Proximity alert. Front.
And with missions to hunt them and to gather resources from them, with the Copian being quite a dangerous type of creature, it will be a lot of fun. Has he just gotten in his ship? Hopefully he's not going to start shooting. This is a nice place around Harper's. Just moving up this river. Not finding anything though. We'll keep searching. If not, we'll go to Dunburrow because there's so many rivers there. We're bound to find something.
Proximity alert. Front.
But yeah, I just thought this would be a really nice, like a bit of a mix-up on the way that I do off-gridding. Instead of doing all salvagey stuff, which is what I really enjoy because of persistence. You know, never knowing what you're going to come across. That still applies somewhat because, oh boy, you just don't know, do you? You don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, like now, I don't know what's going to happen now. Right, I think we'll head off to Dunburrow. There doesn't seem to be anything around here. Hopefully this guy does not turn hostile. He does seem to be following now. And in a Cutlass, can't imagine we will last that long. Although he's not making, like, crazy maneuvers to try and defeat me, and he's not targeted me or anything, so we'll see how this turns out. Right, Dumburrow is over that way. He seems to be going off doing his own thing. Not said anything, no. Right, let's check at Dunbar. Hopefully we've still got a little bit of daylight left. It would be handy.
Proximity alert. Front. Proximity alert. Front.
Right, I think these are small...
Proximity alert. Front.
Small, they're like hand minables rather than rock minables. It's not saying what it is. I think that might be because they're too small, that they're clumping too much, getting difficult to read. But they are present. I actually had to switch servers because the minables that I was looking at in the previous server just weren't coming in at all. They were not physical, and they weren't coming in. So I thought I would just switch to a different server, and thankfully bed logging worked. Although I will say bed logging of late has become very inconsistent planet side. It's not... Most times I come back in after a long duration off, or like more than a day off. It'll be, I'll be at the star. So we've just found some, I think they're rock minables down here, which is near Harper's. Now there is an Inferno over there, and there is an M2, a Crusader Hercules M2 over there. I don't know if they're occupied or owned. Let's just send this over here, but we'll focus on these for now, because it is the intention, and hopefully, if the Inferno owner is alive and kicking, he's not going to come blasting us away. It's a lovely evening, though, on microTech. Sun, I think, rises in that direction, so hopefully we're not waiting too long for it, although it wasn't long since it went down. Right, let's get cracking. Let's try and make some cash. Finally. If it is Aphorite, I'm going to leave it alone. If it's Dollarvine and Hadanite, I'll take it. Most likeliest, it's Hadanite. Sorry, Dollarvine. Yeah, Dollarvine. Okay, that'll do. It's not giving me the readout, though. Oh, there it is, right at the top. That's an unusual amount. There we are.
Mining mode on. Extraction mode on.
Lovely. Right, I'll do the rest and then I'll be back. Something to point out as well is that there is inert material now inside these rocks. They never used to be, but now if you look at the composition on the middle left, sorry, middle right, you can see there's only 54% dolomite in that rock, and 45% of that being inert material, whereas this one, slightly smaller, but it's got 90%. So I do suggest sticking to the ones that have the higher percentage and leaving the rest. There we go. So that was the last one there. Let's load it back up, and we'll go and check out these couple of ships, see what the crack is, see if anyone needs any help. The M2 is of interest. The good thing as well about this Nomad is with it having that 24 SEU capacity, although you can, you know, if you have a vehicle in the back like the ROC, you can't actually put any cargo in it. It's still, you can leave your ROC somewhere, and you can leave it relatively close, like hide it close to an outpost, because I know for the Ursa rover you need to be at minimum, I think it's 250 meters to see it on the radar, on a ship's radar, which is pretty impressive. So you can hide them quite easily and then go and pick something. Like if you find, like if I find a cargo box at this location that is worth taking and selling, I'll be able to offload this Nomad somewhere and know that it's most likely going to remain there until I get back, because you cannot see them in your ship. You have to be super close in terms of signatures. But let's go and check it out, see what we can find. We have been mining away. We've got quite a bit of dolomite now, which we should be able to sell and get some decent payout for. Right.
Engine systems enabled.
We'll obviously check first to see if it's owned or unowned. If it's unowned, then it's fair game. It's quite a distance away.
Rejected.
So there's Harper's Point. It'll be so cool in 323 when this new water comes in, the new water simulation. Especially driving or flying around Harper's Point and seeing ships coming into land and hovering over that little waters area. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. And it should be releasing this month. Right, let's just give it a scan. I think the door's open. But I don't know if it's still owned. It's unowned. Beautiful.
Docking request engaged. Docking request rejected. Landing gear engaged.
But it's empty, which is a shame. We'll go and just see what's inside, though.
Landing complete. Engine systems disabled.
Yeah, I do wonder what's happened. I wonder why there is an M2 just sat here. Probably a bug, to be fair. Caused them to respawn. And what's really handy about this Nomad is because you've got that tractor beam, you don't have to use a multi-tool. You can just tractor cargo from inside something like this hull, this the cargo hold of the C2, the M2, straight into your own hold. But yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time bothering around in this ship. There is no cargo, so it's pointless really being in here, because there's nothing really to take. What I might do is head off to Morland Hills, see if I can see any rock minables down there. So we're just approaching Morland, well, Razor's Edge. Razor's Edge is the large hillside settlement, and then Morland Hills is the small farmstead that's further down. There's a Cutless Black here. we'll get scanning just to see if there's either a potential threat or a potential friend. See what we find. Yeah, it's kind of on the edge. Oh, it's going. I hope I didn't cause that. Anyway, I'm not too fussed. That was a bit unusual. So, there doesn't seem to be any minables here. There is a box there that could be lootable.
Proximity alert. Right.
Let's just head on down, see if we can find Morland Hills farm. Ah, there it is.
Landing gear retracted.
So here's the little farmstead. I'll have a look around here, see if there's any minables to be had. But yeah, as you can see, my fuel is very low. It's almost halfway down now. I don't know if the notification has popped up for 50%.
Proximity alert.
But it's
Right.
very, very low. So I'm not expecting to have much remaining.
Proximity alert. Deck. Proximity alert. Right. Landing complete.
So I've just come to a Shuan Outpost to firstly get my hydrogen fuel. As I say, it goes down very quickly, unfortunately. And also, I'm going to sell my minerals now while I need the fuel, rather than just leaving them in the ROC and having to come back and do it later. There we are, dollar fine, 119, so 15,047. Obviously, as always with my style of gameplay, I'm not trying to make the most amount of... I'm not min-maxing. I'm not making the most amount of money in the minimum amount of time. That's not how I play. I really enjoy this process with the ROC. I do really suggest giving it a go, but you don't have to buy anything with real cash. I think the Nomad is less than $1 million, and the ROC, that's what I was going to check. It's 172,000 Alpha United Earth credits at Lawville. So it's a really cheap one to pick up if you're wanting to do something different. Great for this off-grid stuff as well. Although bearing in mind you have to come to a place like Shuan to sell stuff. But it is definitely an option to have. And I just like it with this combination, or with the Cutlass, because you can... Don't like that much. Because you can use the cargo grid if you find cargo. You can use it for holding the ROC and doing that, you know, this kind of gameplay. They're just really versatile ships.
Engine systems.
Right, we are refueled. Let's head on back to Astor's. See if we can find anything around there before we finish up for the day.
Landing gear retracted.
But it's been a very pleasant time just flying around, seeing what we find. Not a lot of people. In fact, there's been barely anyone, actually. Saw that person at Harper's Point in the Cutlass, and every other ship has been empty. So, coming back to Astor's Clearing, there appears to be a Cutless Steel in my parking spot. See, it's been knocked up quite a bit. It's got a lot of damage. Don't know what happened to it. Hello, anyone on board? Although there's very little chance that there is, due to the fact that it's a game rules ship. These storage boxes, there's nothing in it though. It's quite eerie in here. It feels very Alien 2 style. Cool ship though, with all these guns and drop seats. pretty cool. Oh, we've got a few weapons on the racks as well. We may have to take them. They were somewhat prepared. I think this is shared storage as well. We may have to take them. Well, we have a few weapons already, but we'll take these. Good to trade with other players. What the flip? That didn't go in as intended. Let's try that again. Okay, maybe we won't. Star Citizen is Star Citizening, it appears. Let's try it with this. Okay, there's something wrong. We'll leave them. I will leave them alone. I don't want them that much. Not sure what's happening there. But I love this eeriness of being inside this ship. It's going to be great when we're boarding ships, big ships especially, that are damaged and decrepit and abandoned. Maybe because creatures are on board. I've seen a lot of people saying that they want to grab one of these copium dogs, stick them around places. Right, there we go. That is the day done with the rock mining. That was a lot of fun. I really do enjoy mining with the rock, the ROC. It is a nice, peaceful way to just check out the ground, see what's around, maybe bumping into people. Unfortunately, we didn't bump into anyone today. It seems a bit quiet around here. But yeah, very enjoyable. The Nomad, a really nice ship. It's just a shame that the fuel consumption is so quick. So far, we haven't had the issue with the power cutting out on us, so that's good. I'm sure that'll happen if we played long enough. But we made a small amount of cash. If I had more time, I would certainly spend a bit longer looking around and seeing what we can find. But with that said, that is the life of an off-grid miner for the time being. I will certainly look to do more of this in the future. And on twitch.tv, over at twitch.tv/SuperMacBrother, I will certainly be doing it a little bit more around there as well, as, yeah, I really enjoy it. But with that said, if you do enjoy my videos, please do consider subscribing and helping the channel to grow. We will certainly continue these off-grid series videos when 323 comes out. I am super excited for that. It'll be interesting to see just how different it feels and how hopefully more capable we are when things are a little bit more polished and smooth. Also, I have partnered with GameGlass, so a big shout out to those guys. And GameGlass is essentially a piece of software that allows you to transform your phone or your tablet into your ship's dashboard. You can use it to hook up all different types of buttons. You can create the shards yourself so that you can use it. And currently, they are having a lifetime pass sale. So usually it's either monthly or yearly that you pay for it, or you can get a free version of it, which I do suggest trying at least. But it's limited, of course, compared to the paid versions. But they're currently doing a lifetime pass, which they haven't done since the Kickstarter ended. And if you use the code SMB, it will get you 5% off, as well as a kickback for me and my channel. So it is much appreciated, especially to everyone who has used it already. There's been quite a lot of you, so thank you so much. As I say, follow me over at twitch.tv/SuperMacBrother. We will be doing more of this. Hit the like button if you don't mind. It does the channel a big favour. And tick that notification bell if you'd like to be notified when my videos go live. A big thank you to my patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for making these videos possible. Oh, the sun's just coming up as well. That's typical. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.